principle doesn't usually go away all at once. It's a creeping erosion.
He's talking about ethical boundaries as a public servant, but he might as well be talking about gaming. That emptiness you feel when you play modern games, it's not in your head. The soul of gaming didn't vanish overnight. It was sold. And to understand how it happened, we need to go back. So let's rewind for a second. There was a time when AAA meant something. It didn't just mean big team, big money. It meant ambition. It meant devs were swinging for the fences, trying to leave a mark. You felt like they were risking something. Think back to games like Deus Ex, Grand Theft Auto 3, Mass Effect. These weren't just products, they were experiences. You paid once, they gave you the whole thing. But then things started to shift, slowly and quietly. We stopped hearing devs talk about immersion, narrative, or creative risks. Instead, we got words like engagement, retention, ARPU, which I don't think anyone knows, but I learned that it means average revenue per user, in case you didn't feel like a number already. Games became less about delivering a masterpiece and more about building a theme park, one designed not to delight, but to trap. And in that shift, the soul started to leak out. So how did we get here? Easy. The boardroom beat the developer room. When the EAs and the Activisions of the world became publicly traded giants, their priorities changed. They stopped answering to us and started answering to shareholders. And shareholders, they don't want art, they want consistent growth or predictable profit. So now, a bold, one-and-done masterpiece, too risky. But a live service, battle passes, loot boxes, that's a quarterly revenue stream. Modern games aren't greenlit because they're innovative, they're greenlit because they can be monetized. Pre-orders, broken launches, 6-month apology roadmaps. We've normalized all of it. Why spend time polishing the game when the marketing trailer already secured the bag? We started buying promises and they started shipping prototypes. And they knew they could get away with it because the numbers looked good. That was the trade. Your money for their half-baked roadmap. But the worst part, it's not just about what we're buying. It's about how the games are built now. What used to be gameplay is now manipulation. Take battle passes. That's not content anymore. That's a chore list. You're not playing because it's fun. You're playing because if you don't, you miss out on something you've already paid for. Take limited time stores. Get this skin before it's gone. That's not excitement. That's engineered fear of missing out. The mechanics now, they're crafted by user experience designers and behavioral psychologists that keep your brain hooked, like a slot machine. Every sound, every animation, every countdown clock. It's not play, it's programming. The grind used to be about discovery. Now it's about obligation. And suddenly, gaming feels like a job. A job you pay to do. But more importantly, on top of all of that, the people making these games, they're suffering too. Crunch culture is everywhere. Devs working 80+ hours a week just to hit a deadline that was never really realistic to begin with. And once the game launches, layoffs, massive ones. Sometimes even when the game succeeds. NetEase laid off their entire Seattle support team of Marvel Rivals because they wanted to optimize development efficiency. Damn. The message is clear. Thanks for your passion. You're no longer useful. When the studio treats its own devs like tools instead of talent, yeah, that soul's gone. Straight out the front door. But this isn't a funeral. This is a rebirth. While the giants sold their soul, something incredible was brewing underground. A renaissance. A comeback. The soul didn't vanish, it went indie. But what does that mean? Indie just means independent. These are games made by individuals or small teams without the financial backing of a giant publisher. No corporate overlords, no stockholders to please, just creators making exactly what they want to make and pouring their soul into it. These tiny teams, sometimes just one developer in their bedroom, are out here doing what billion-dollar studios won't. Fez, Star Strike, Dead Cells, Hollow Knight, Pseudo Regalia, Hades, Star Sector, Jutaro. Games with heart, with risk, with vision. They're weird, they're raw, but they're beautiful. And there's no battle pass, no loot box, just pure distilled creativity. These aren't spreadsheets, these are statements. Not marketing-driven clones, but handcrafted, emotional, philosophical experiences. The most exciting part of any game showcase, it's not the AAA press conference anymore. It's the indie montage that follows. That's where the soul lives now. So now, the big question. What do we do? Well, we need to stop pretending that we're powerless. Because we're not. We have fed this system, but that means that we also can fix it. And here's how. Stop pre-ordering. Stop chasing the hype. Start waiting for reviews from people you trust. And start buying games from independent developers. Put games on your wish list. Reward developers who launch finished products. Tell your friends what moved you. Then dig. Go find something small, something personal, something weird. Your $20 means more to a two-person studio than your $70 ever will to Ubisoft. Most of all, talk. If a game gives you that feeling, that spark, share it. Be the reason someone else finds a masterpiece. AAA did not kill the soul of gaming. It just sold it off, one mechanic at a time. But we can buy it back, one wishlist, one purchase, and one word-of-mouth recommendation at a time.